All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh, which is the name of the Most High in ancient Paleo Hebrew, and Yahweh Shai, which is the name of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ in ancient Hebrew. Um, that being said, the name of this lesson is going to be the kingdom, the rewards to come. All right, now the first scripture we're going to start off with is the book of Matthew, the 19th chapter. And we'll start at the 27th verse. So this is the book of Matthew, chapter 19, and we'll start at verse 27. It says, Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And every one that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or island, for my name's sake, shall receive an hundredfold, and shall inherit everlasting life. But many that are first, they shall be last, and the last shall be first. Now let's go over that last verse real quick. Let's read it again. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Now this is talking about the, for example, the homeless in the society, the ones who are Israelites, they're gonna be put up on a higher level in the kingdom. But then when you see these, say, celebrities in this society, ones that have hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars, they're gonna be put down. Okay, like the elite of this society, the first job they're gonna have in the kingdom is to bury the dead who are left over from when Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai ends up bringing that judgment. Okay, the first job is gonna be burying the dead. Okay, that's gonna be the job of these higher ups. All right, so yeah, many that are high, as in what the scriptures use the word heaven. A lot of times, the word heaven just means a state of rulership. Okay, now I want to show you something real quick. Let's go ahead and go to the book of Isaiah, the 14th chapter. Let's see. Okay, let's see. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 14. I gotta jump around here and get the meat out of this for our understanding. Isaiah chapter 14, and let's start at verse 4. Thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, How have the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked, and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, he is persecuted, and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Let's jump down. Verse 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee, to meet thee in thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It has risen up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. All they shall speak and say unto thee, Art thou also become weak as we? Who art thou? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and thy noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, the son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, and I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. And I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. And they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, and did shake kingdoms, that made the earth as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the houses of his prisoners? All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the remnant of those which are slain, thrust through with the sword. Thou go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land, and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Alright, now pretty much that's all we had to get there. Okay? But that clearly showing you that the higher ups of this society, which the word Lucifer just means the anointed ones. Okay? Even Christ said, I am the light of the world. Okay, now the reason I'm bringing that up is because the word Lucifer just means, as I said, an anointed one who is higher up. Okay, the light bearer. Okay, that's what the word Lucifer means. Okay, which is nothing wicked with that word. They just use that to, that's how they have brought people up to believe there's something wrong with it. All right, but that's not so. All right. Let's see. Excuse me. All right. There's another reward for the kingdom. Revelation chapter 2 and verse 26. And he that overcometh and keeps my works until the end, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter should they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father, and I will give him the morning star. So again, how do you Christians out there, if there's a Christian watching this, how do you guys explain that right there? How do you guys explain that? You guys want to talk about there's going to be no people in the kingdom who are going to be subject to another group of people. But what is this talking about then? This clearly is talking about the end, which has not happened yet. So my question would be is, if this is talking about the kingdom, well, then what people is this talking about then? This doesn't fit the Christian doctrine. Okay? Let's see. I'm also going to connect this with the book of Psalms. Isaiah 28 and 10, for precept must be precept upon precept, here a little and there a little. That's how you understand the scriptures. Okay, let's see. All right. Okay, this is the book of Psalms chapter 2 and verse 8. It says, Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Right, so that clearly lines up with what we read in the book of Revelation. Okay, so that's clearly talking about the kingdom right there. So my question to all you guys out there who want to talk shit to us about our teaching, well, you guys have yet to prove your beliefs. Okay? Now I'm going to go relatively, quickly through these skip cheese. It just is what it is. All right? Let's see. I'm going to connect this just to show another evidence. I'm going to connect the book of Isaiah, the 60th chapter, and we're going to connect it to the book of Revelation, the 21st chapter. And we're going to show you that there is going to be bondage in the kingdom. Okay, there's no way around this. The book of Isaiah, the 60th chapter, and let's start at verse 9. And we'll read unto verse 12. Isaiah chapter 16, verse 9. Surely the Ishmaels shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of the Lord, thy God, and the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. For the nation and the kingdom that will not serve thee, they shall utterly perish. Those nations shall be utterly wasted. All right? So, now that I read that, oh, we got to get this. Okay, we got to get this verse here. Verse 14, listen here. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of Yahweh, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. Whereas when thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations. Okay, so now that we read that, I'm going to show you the same thing in the book of Revelation. Okay, now I want to read one verse again out of here, just to show you how it clearly matches up. We'll actually read two verses. Verse 10, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor had I had mercy on thee. Therefore thy gates shall be opened continually, and they shall not be shut day nor night, that the men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. Okay, now we're going to go to the book of Revelation, the 21st chapter, and I'm going to show you where in Isaiah it clearly matches up with Revelation. Okay? Let's see. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 21, and verse 24. It says, and the nations of them which are saved shall walk in the light of it, and the kings of the earth do bring their glory and their honor unto it. And the gates of it shall not be shut at all by day, for shall be no night there. And they shall bring the glory and honor of the nations into it. And there shall in no wise enter into it anything that defileth, neither whatsoever worketh an abomination, and makes a lie, but they which are written in the Lamb's book of life. Right, but the point of the matter is very simple, man. Okay? That we've clearly shown in the kingdom, one of the benefits of the kingdom is going to be servants. Okay? And we're going to go over more benefits of the kingdom. Okay? But one of the main perks, so to speak, is going to be having servants in the kingdom. Okay? Another thing as well. Okay? Because you got people out here talking about that there will be no sex in the kingdom of heaven. Now this is preposterous. I want to show you something. And anybody who believes that, I challenge them to explain to me when this happened. Because this hasn't happened yet. Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 1. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread, and we shall wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Yeah, but the point of the matter is, when has the day came already that one man would take hold, or I should say 7 women would take hold of one man? That hasn't happened yet, man. So obviously that's a prophecy that's going to happen in the future, which is going to happen in the kingdom. Okay, as we read earlier, I believe it was the first scripture we brought out, that the apostles, I believe it was Peter who asked, he said, what will we have for, giving up all these things to follow you. And the Lord told him, hey, I'm going to give you back everything you lost. Okay, that's what's going to happen. Okay, that is what's going to happen, man. Okay? Let me see real quick. Okay. This is the book of Romans chapter 8 and verse 17. And if children, then heirs of Yahweh, and joint heirs with Christ, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified together. For I reckon that the suffering of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Now, with that, I'm going to get the book of Luke. This is the book of Luke, chapter 9 and verse 62. And Yahushua said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh. Right, so as we read, if we suffer with Yahushua, which how do you suffer with Yahushua? Okay? Matter of fact, there was, if you read the Gospels, right, there was a mother who asked, who they call Jesus, if he'd grant them, her two sons, the privilege of sitting at his right hand and his left hand in the kingdom. And he said that, it's not up to me to give, that high, state of power in the kingdom. But he said, are you able to bear the cup that I bear? And they weren't able to. Matter of fact, they said they were able to, but Yahushua said they can't. They can't do it. Okay? So, this is talking about, this will lead us into a whole new lesson, man. People think that when they come to, the God of the Scriptures, that, especially with this whole, Christian doctrine, you got Joel Osteen on there, T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, Joel Osteen, and that's just a few, okay? Then you got these Israelite groups on there talking about, if you come to, Yahushua or the Christ, you're going to find out that, if you're coming closer to the Lord, things are going to start going good for you. You're going to start getting more money, more women. Things are going to start going right, but that's not true, man. That's not true. It tells you in the Apocrypha that, my son, if you come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. Okay? So that's what it's talking about suffering with Yahushua. Okay? But if Lord willing, if the Spirit gets on me, I'll do a separate lesson on that subject. All right? But anyway, with that being said, I'm going to say shalom.